Okay, today we're going to talk about how to use the passive voice in English, and we're going to look at different uses of it and different tenses that we can use the passive voice in. Now, we form the passive voice in English by using the verb to be plus the past participle. Okay, and it can be formed in any tense. Okay, so let's look at some examples to see how we form the passive voice and talk about why we use the passive voice. Okay, so here's an example in the past simple. We have an active voice sentence. The technician raised the temperature to 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, so if we want to turn this into the passive voice, we bring the object up to the beginning of the sentence and use the verb to be plus the past participle, and we can eliminate the original agent. So the temperature was raised to 100 degrees Celsius. Here you see that temperature object was brought to the beginning of the sentence, and the past tense of raised, is formed with the past tense of be, was, plus the past participle of raise, which is also raised. Okay, so the temperature was raised to 100 degrees Celsius. We can include the original agent by putting the agent at the end of the sentence with the preposition by. So the temperature was raised to 100 degrees Celsius by the technician, but that's not necessary. Okay, let's look at some other examples in different tenses. Here's the passive voice in the past perfect. Okay, first of all, we have an active voice sentence. The assistants had set out all of the materials beforehand. Okay, to set something out means to place it so that other people can see it. So we set out the plates and the silverware before dinner. Here, the agent, the assistants, had set out the materials before the conference or before the experiment. Okay. Now here's the passive voice. The object is brought to the beginning of the sentence, all of the materials, and then we use the verb to be, okay, be, had been in the past perfect, set out, which is the past participle, beforehand. Okay, let's look at some more examples, this time the present simple. Here are some instructions for making octopus. The cook, the agent, the cook dips the octopus in the pot 3 times before he puts on the lid. Okay, here we have actually 2 verbs, dip, okay, and put. Okay, and we can put this in the passive voice, and we can put both of those verbs in the passive voice. The octopus is dipped in the pot 3 times before the lid is put on. Okay, you might see this in instructions for a recipe. Okay, let's look at the present continuous. Here's a sentence. They are setting up equipment for the experiment. Okay, we don't know who they are, so we can remove them from the sentence and just say equipment is being set up for the experiment. Okay, this is the present continuous. This is happening right now. We can also use the passive voice, and it is often used when we're reporting events. Okay, when we're in newspaper reports or police reports, and we can form this in 2 ways. By putting the subject plus the passive verb plus a to infinitive, or beginning the sentence with the word it plus the passive verb plus that clause. Okay, let's look at some examples. Here's a passive voice sentence. He was said to be innocent. Okay, he was said. Now, who is the agent? Who says this? Who says that he was innocent? Well, we don't know. Okay, we might see this in a report in the newspaper. Okay, people in the neighborhood said he was innocent. Okay? They said he was innocent. That's the active voice sentence. But we don't know who they are exactly, so we change it to he was said to be innocent. Okay, here's another one. He was asked to leave. Who asked him to leave? Well, a lot of people did. Okay, he was asked to leave. Or the suspect is thought to be armed. Okay, you might hear this in a radio report. Okay, but we can also form these passive voice sentences with the word it. Okay, here's the same sentence. He was said to be innocent, but now beginning with it plus passive verb plus a that clause. Okay, it was said that, and then subject, verb. He was innocent. It was said that he was innocent. Okay, that means the same thing as he was said to be innocent. It is believed that rapid deforestation is the cause of most soil erosion. Okay, who believes that? Well, many scientists. Okay, well, that's all for this lesson. I hope you enjoyed this video, and remember to do your exercises and practice a lot.